Hello, everyone. Anyway, I just got back from work, but I wanted to do this video. This is the Ex-Jehovah Witness video. I want it to be on the spiritual paradise and the benefits of being an ex-Jehovah Witness. Yes, to me, there's benefits. I mean, it has to be, you know. Um, the spiritual paradise. Remember the spiritual paradise? What I remember about the spiritual paradise that we had, okay, we could go to, okay, we can go to get-togethers. We don't care who's there. And there's a lot of get-togethers. There's always get-togethers. Another thing I remember at the assemblies, you'd always feel comfortable with anybody, wherever you are. You would always have to have help. Those are the things I remember from the spiritual paradise. I mean, what we call spiritual paradise. However, when we left the Jehovah Witnesses, what I'm thinking is, what do we do with the spiritual paradise? You know? I mean, so I'm talking about the spiritual paradise first, and then I'm going to talk about the benefits of being an ex-Jehovah Witness. So what did we do with, so what I was saying is like the spiritual paradise. As soon as I left the Jehovah Witnesses or with this fellowship, I totally, like I said on the last video, I totally forgot about the spiritual paradise. I mean, what we call spiritual paradise. Well, what was the spiritual paradise? It was like just forgotten. It was like something that, all my friends and everything, I didn't think anything about them at all. I knew I had lost them because, like I said in my video, when I they disfellowshipped me, when I said, they said, if we will keep you, as I said in my judicial meeting, the brother said, I remember his name was Brother Daniels, and he said that we would keep you as long as you get rid of your worldly friends, and that was the whole thing. And I said no, and like I said, because I was thinking in my head, and I said, um, my friends in the Jehovah Witness, who that are in the Jehovah Witness group, would only stick with me if I stay with them, but my other friends will accept me no matter what. And so I stuck with my friends. I mean, I stuck with my friends in the world. So I was making a point about this, about leaving the spiritual paradise. I mean, you have friends and everything but like I said, okay, this is the point I was making. It says, and I said in the last video, you could just drop everything, okay? So then, I mean, it was a big thing to drop, but we had no choice. I mean, I had no choice but to drop it. But the thing I had was able to do, now I can see. The thing that helped me out the most was I was like into music a lot, and I was able to dream, okay? Like, be in a band or something like that. I wanted to do something in the world, in the world. I'm not talking about their world. I wanted to do something in the world. So I so I was happy that I was out, that I didn't have to go to the meeting. So these are the things I dropped as far as the spiritual paradise. I mean, what they call the spiritual paradise, and your friends. What I'm saying, the balance that I had, the things that, um, because it was a big deal, all of your friends in one hand, and then over here, what did you do to make that balance? And I'm saying that what I did with the balance is do appreciate that I didn't have any meetings, any meetings to go to, or I didn't have to go to field service. So that's one big part that I felt that I that I that I that I got from not being, in what they call the spiritual paradise. And when I say spiritual paradise, I mean like, like they said, like your friends and going anywhere and stuff like that. It's really nice when you're in the Jehovah's Witness. Sometimes you don't even think about it. You take it for granted. But I'm saying, because I wasn't really affected by it. So one of the things, like I said, I was able to do music. And I had a band in Philadelphia. So that took my time. Oh, it just was, that was beautiful to me. And I was saying with my brother, and one topic I want to say is that my brother was his fellowship too. But he wanted to go back, and that's one point. I'm just going to get off track a little bit about those. There's Jehovah Witnesses that always want to go back, and he wanted to go back. I mean, I have one brother who left the Jehovah Witness and stayed out, but I had this brother that I stayed with after I was disfellowship who wanted to go back in. So anyway, so then I was able to do things, and I stayed with him, and I was able to do things, and he was so into going back to Jehovah's Witness that we ended up conflicting, and I did have to leave, but I still always had to dream. So I guess in place of my the friends that you had, the family that I had, I replaced it with being able to do things that I wanted to do. I can, since I'm going to stay on this spiritual paradise, and what did I do after spiritual paradise? I mean, I use that term because it was something that I had inside the organization. So I'm gonna, instead of going into the next topic, I'm going to finish that topic about the spiritual paradise and what took place. I mean, what took its place. So, like I said, my dreams, I was able to take. I was happy that. I didn't have to, that schedule of going to meetings and going out in service. That was another thing that I was able to not think about, my friends and stuff in the organization. And then I would have to say, which took a long time. I mean, like I said, when you leave the Jehovah's Witness, you do go kind of crazy. But because I had a band and everything, and had it pretty hard, I had to concentrate on survival. That kind of helped me to not think about my friends and things that I had, my family and stuff, as far as, that spiritual paradise, what I'm talking about. So I didn't miss it. That's one reason why I didn't miss it. Then, which took a long, long time, I didn't know about the Jehovah Witness community and YouTube. And like I said, they make you fear it anyway, because when you're Jehovah Witness, they tell you about all the dangers and stuff like that. That we used to call it evil slave class, and the people that left the Jehovah Witnesses, they teach you when you're a Jehovah Witness that to avoid them, not to avoid it, just how bad these people are. So like I said, it did take me, and I listened to a lot of other, I don't know why, when I say ex-Jehovah Witness, I don't say I listened to a lot of the other brothers. I don't know why, but I can say that because we're all ex-Jehovah Witness. We're all, I can't say brothers, yeah, in a sense we're ex-Jehovah Witness brothers, so it was hard for me to connect with the YouTube. Like I said, it was very highly scary, and I said in my other tapes about how scared I was. But I noticed one thing is that these people were like me, and that's one thing. As far as the spiritual paradise, we connect with each other being out of Jehovah's Witnesses, and that's a big plus because we still have that feeling. I mean, I was able to, once I got used to YouTube, the ex-Jehovah's Witness community on YouTube, I felt like it took the place of the, now as I, in retrospect, I see that it took the place of it definitely took the place of the spiritual paradise that we had. because I felt so close to the stories and everything. I could tell when they tell the stories which level they were on, their family or whatever, as far as the Jehovah Witnesses is concerned. And I just connected with the Jehovah Witness, and I think that was one of the big benefits of leaving the organization. Now I'm getting into the benefits, but I don't want to get into the benefits yet. I still want to stick on this. What did I do about leaving the spiritual paradise? So I want to say that it's a big deal. The YouTube, first of all, when you listen to the tapes, you know that these people. First of all, you can tell which one. The first thing I do is when I listen to the ex-Jehovah Witness, I see which category they're in, and most of them are in the hardcore category. Okay, the other ones they're not too much, but I can still tell that they went through something, and I still connect with them. But the ones who really, really lived it is it's just so awesome to connect with those people and listen to their stories. And when you listen to their stories, you want to be like part of their life or something. It's so strange. I think we get that because of the spiritual paradise that we were in. So we connect so well with these people that we hear about. It's almost the only thing that we're lacking, and we just have to lack it. I don't think it's a very good idea is the fact that it's organized. I just say it's the YouTube. The YouTube is organized, and I think that's the best way to keep it. I don't know, but you really do connect. I have one meetup group which I just started. Um, I started even though I was out for a long time, but like I said in my new one, my other video, the last one, is just that you're not out. I mean, you're out of the organization, but it affects you every day. Because every day, like I said, my brother passed away, and every day he didn't call me. That's how real it is right now. Your family members that you have, every day counts when they don't call you. And every day, and I know a lot of people don't want to say it, but every day you think about, is my brother gonna call me or is my sister gonna call me? Not that you say it, but you wonder. Like I have a brother, I'm almost sure he doesn't like me at all. I mean, he's Joe Witness, and every time though, in the back of my head, I always think there's a notification. Every time in the back of my head, I think of like he could call. I mean, we're both getting older. He could call. Always like that. So it's always new. And the funny thing about it is I don't think they think of us the way we think of them. I think our love, which I'm not judging their love, I just think because ours is not harnessed, our love for our brothers and sisters is not, it's not controlled. Theirs is controlled. Okay. So I think that's why I'm saying every day that we live that being out, every day is new. So it's not, I don't care how long you've been out. If you really live that life, it affects you every day. And you always need your help, but you make it anyway. So now I'm going to get into, I just want to say that, continue to say how important the YouTube Ex-Jehovah Witness was for me. I was ending it right there as far as the spiritual paradise, but we do have this beautiful connection, and it's so hard to find. I mean, like you ex-Jehovah Witnesses that as friends. It's almost like I don't know if you could be their friend or whatever, but you just feel this feeling of, I don't know. It's like it's just the most beautiful feeling. I can't even express it. But I want to do the meetup group, and when I do the meetup group, I mean, right now they have we have problems with meeting together because of the things that are going on. But let me see. I mean, when I do the meetup group, because I've never been in a situation to where there's a wide variety of ex-Jehovah Witnesses. So that's going to be after YouTube, that will be a very good experience for me. So those are the things that I obtained, even YouTube, I obtained to balance out not having the spiritual paradise and the friends and the family. So we're like family, seriously. And the funny thing about it is, you can tell by the way, in an ex-Jehovah Witness, you can tell by the way they talk. That's the first thing you look for. When somebody says they're ex-Jehovah Witness, you listen to that voice, the way they talk, what happened here, and it's just a very good experience to hear, like their coming out experience or whatever, coming out of the organization and everything. I mean, it's really, really interesting. So that's a subject that I'll probably hit on again. But now the benefits of being out of the organization, well, I've hit some of them, but some of the things as far as the personality is concerned is the fact that first of all, you're able to have your own mind after you survive the 8 years. And like I said, it's a good 8 years before you could be yourself. Once you make it, or once you survive that horrific time after you leave the job, after you leave the organization, you have your own mind. If you get into another organized, I don't feel like Catholic is organized religion. I just feel like I don't want to go there, but I just think it was something that I always wanted to do. And I remember Jehovah's Witnesses always talking about Catholic, but it's just, that's my choice. But as far as being a Jehovah's Witness, as far as our spiritual paradise, quote unquote, whatever it is, when I talk to Jehovah's Witness about another thing I want to add, when I talk to Jehovah's Witness about what I want to do or what I'm doing, the nice thing is they never judge. They're like, we just listen to each other. That's another beautiful thing. Because I have one person that I'm working with. We're not really that close, but I talk to him sometimes. He's an ex-Jehovah. He's an ex-Jehovah Witness too. But I'm very careful, and he's very careful. But when I hear, but there was something there was one point that I was making, but when I hear his experience, it's just something out of the ordinary. So anyway, I'm going to stay on this other topic as far as the benefits. And like I said, the benefit, another benefit is the fact that I already said about having your dreams and stuff like that. I wanted to mention some benefits as far as your personality is concerned. You're able to, I don't know where these things come from, but you're able to, like I said, after you finish the 8 years, or whatever, because it's a hard time, you're able to have your own mind. That's what I'm saying. You're able to have your own mind. And I was talking about being a Catholic, and they don't judge you. That's all I was saying. Okay, like when you meet another Jehovah's Witness, and like I was saying, my friend that I met, they're not going to judge you. They're not going to say, if you say you're Catholic, they're not going to say anything. If you say you're gay, they're not going to say anything. If you say that, if you just pretty much say you don't believe in God or something, or whatever, we have this connection. I guess it comes from the spiritual paradise, ironically, is that we do the opposite. We're not going to judge, and we know that. We just have this intense love for each other, which is so odd when you don't even know the person, but you have that strength. So that's one thing that we have. That's one thing that our open mind, that's one of the benefits. We can have an open mind with ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. And I want to say we can have open mind with ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. That's very important. to me to say that. I mean, because I want to say that the ex-Jehovah Witness community is very important, which I'm learning more and more about. It's very important. Very important. So that's another benefit. You can talk to ex-Jehovah Witness brothers and sisters. I'm sorry, I said brothers and sisters. Because now I'm understanding how close our relationship is. Okay, so we have a relationship on YouTube, which is very good. Another benefit, so we have open mind. Another benefit I can say that I have as far as being an ex-Jehovah Witness is understanding, like, when you go to, when you have like not a get together, when you go to a party or a gathering or something like that, you can get the sense of something. I guess everybody does that, but I think as a ex Jehovah Witness, we have a different sense about, groups. You know what I mean? You get like this feeling about just something, some things I can't explain, but I know that when you meet someone or when you go to a party or something like that, as an ex Jehovah Witness, you do have a different kind of a different kind of, how can I say, um, a different kind of attitude. I guess I can say attitude, you know, and meeting people. I mean, like, when you meet somebody, as far as an ex-child witness who went through everything that most of us went through, you want to meet somebody, but you don't want to. I mean, because you lost so much and so many friends, you kind of give that person, you kind of wait for them to be your friend. I mean, I'm saying now I can say for me, I think because of my experience, because I can't speak for every extra voice, and some things I can, but not everything. But that's one thing I want to say is that when I meet somebody or when I meet friends, I like, I wait, you know what I mean? And see if they want to be my friend. And I think that's one of the things that happened to me as far as being an ex-Jehovah's Witness. And then I on one another um, so that's a benefit because you want to have very good friends. So you're very careful with friends. You just don't make friends. But once you make friends, you like live. Another thing as far as me being Jehovah's Witness, when I make a friend or something like that, I see a story. Like how it's going to run out or how it's going to continue. I mean, not planning, I just see it in I don't want to say theocratic way, but I guess I can use that term in a theocratic way. I mean, you don't think so, but okay, I'm not going to speak for everybody, but I do think about that. How you know, as far as quote unquote theocratically, this relationship is going to work out. You know, and I'm not. When I say theocratically, I mean like as far as it just theocratically. It's like that's the term I came up with, and if you can kind of think of that. But that's what I think about when I meet friends. I don't think about theocratically, but that's the only way I can explain how I see a new relationship as far as a friend is concerned. And another thing I think that another benefit that I got is that because of that, I think I have very real friends, you know. And one thing, okay, another thing too, which is not good, but it can happen, is that when you lose a friend or something, or you in a relationship and you lose a relationship, you feel just as bad as everyone else, but you can make it through. You know, I mean, you're not going to, you can handle it. Because if you lost your friends, I was thinking about a song that I had. That's why I went like that. But I was gonna say it, but I'm not going to. But what I'm trying to say, that's another advantage, is that you're not going, when you end a relationship or a friendship, I usually don't end friendships. I mean, they usually last. But what I'm saying is, like, as far as a relationship is concerned, I took it just as bad as anyone else, but I knew I could make it. And another thing, I don't like, I feel just as bad and I go through all the things, but I know that I'm strong enough to handle something that, a relationship that ends. So that's another benefit. I don't want to say it will happen all the time. I don't know. But I'm just saying, as far as right now, one of the benefits is the fact that I can handle a breakup, which I haven't been in that many relationships, but I have very good relationships. So that's another benefit. Another benefit is that you do things thoroughly. You know how the Jehovah Witnesses are. I picked that up. I mean, as far as being an ex-Jehovah Witness, I can do things thoroughly, but I don't have to go to the meetings and stuff like that. And so I got, that one was a trait that I got from that organization, in that when I do something, I do it whole souled, you know. Speaking is that, remember theocratic ministry school, and I'm from the old school, but I remember giving talks, and I remember studying for the talks over and over again. And speaking, you could pretty much, like, it's just important. I mean, you may not be the best speaker, but if you're Jehovah's Witness, that's one thing you had to pick up, was being able to the fear of speaking is kind of obscure. It's not really there, unless you. It's just, when I was Jehovah's Witness, I had to give um, so many talks, it's never perfect. So do, I had to overcome any kind of fear or anything I had on the stage or whatever. So that's another benefit. So there's a lot of benefits. But I want to say the most important benefit is being able to speak on YouTube and listening to the other ex-brother and sisters. I don't know. It seems like I'm getting closer and closer to ex-Jehovah Witnesses as I go on. And like I say, the way we do things is whole soul. That's another benefit. And I'm saying that's another benefit that I got. So now I want to. So, I mean, I know it was important because I knew I was going to leave the organization. I wanted to leave the organization anyway. And if I had to say, oh, I know, would I do it over? Would I do anything differently? No, I would definitely do exactly the way I did the things in leaving the Jehovah Witnesses. So. But like I said, you always wait for your family. You always think they're going to turn around, but they're not going to. I mean, but still and yet, I still think that my brother Gregory is going to call me one day, or my sister will call me, or I don't think my friends will call me. You know, I think my family will call me before one of my friends would. I don't know why I say that. And that's it. I mean, I'm going to continue with finding. I can't think of any other benefit. Or there's a lot of benefits. There's a lot of benefits as far as being an ex-Jehovah Witness. So that's all I wanted to say for today. You know, I mean, it was something that I wanted to share. I just wanted to share about this. I know many people had to leave what they call the uh, the spiritual paradise, but I wanted to speak about that because it was something. Because in the last tip I was saying, like, how did we leave it so easily? But now I know, and I can say the most important thing that happened to me since I was an ex-Jehovah Witness was finding the YouTubes. I mean, it really, not too many things changed my world, but when I saw other brothers, once I got the fear and everything out of me, when I saw the when I saw the ex-brothers and sisters, I guess I can say, ex-Jehovah Witnesses, brothers, or however I say it. I mean, once I got used to it, it was like I couldn't believe it. It was better than any other entertainment that I can think of, because it was like real people. So that's it for today, and hang in there. I love all of the pretty much all the tapes that I choose. I really like them. I mean, it's so important. I just want to say, when you do Jehovah Witness tapes, I mean, when you do the YouTubes, I mean, if you've been in their organization and actually went through it, it really helps, and it's really, really encouraging. Thank you very much. I can't wait to do my next YouTube on the Ex-Jehovah Witness. I can't wait to listen to others, other Ex-Jehovah Witnesses. Thank you.